Why people don't control your emotions. You do. Have you ever noticed how one comment, one look, or one message can flip your entire mood in seconds? Your day was fine, then suddenly it isn't. But here's something most people never realize. That emotional hit is actually very short. The problem isn't what happened. The problem is what we keep doing after it happened. Let me explain. Part 1. The 90-second reaction truth. When something triggers you, your body reacts before your mind does. Heart rate rises, muscles tense, stress chemicals flood your system. This is automatic. But here's the key part. Those chemicals naturally leave your body very quickly, usually within a minute or two. So why does anger sometimes last hours? Because after the body finishes reacting, the mind takes over. We replay the moment. We imagine better comebacks. We relive the insult. It's like burning toast, hearing the smoke alarm, and instead of opening a window, you keep putting more bread in the toaster. The emotion didn't stay. You invited it back. Part 2. They pushed my buttons. Or did they? We love saying, they really know how to push my buttons. But think about that for a moment. Buttons only work if they're already wired. No one installs buttons inside you without your permission. What people actually touch are old sensitivities, past experiences, unhealed moments, things that once hurt. When someone triggers you, they aren't controlling you. They're revealing something. That realization changes everything. Because now you're not reacting blindly. You're learning about yourself. Part 3. What anger is really protecting. Here's something uncomfortable, but powerful. Anger is rarely the real emotion. Anger usually shows up after something else. Hurt, fear, embarrassment, feeling ignored or disrespected. Anger steps in because it feels stronger, safer, less vulnerable. But when you speak from anger, people push back. When you speak from honesty, people listen. I felt ignored creates connection. You never care creates distance. When you deal with what's underneath, anger loses its grip. Part 4. The space you don't notice. Between what happens and how you respond, there is a tiny pause. Most people don't see it. They react on autopilot. But that pause is powerful. That pause is where self-control lives. It's the moment you don't hit send. The breath before you snap. The second where you ask yourself, how do I want to handle this? That one question can change outcomes. Master that space, and your entire emotional life changes. Part 5. Watching instead of being. Here's a simple mental shift. Instead of being angry, notice that anger is happening. I am angry versus I notice anger showing up. That small difference creates distance. You're no longer trapped inside the emotion. You're observing it, like watching a storm instead of standing in the rain. From that place, you respond, not explode. Part 6. Difficult people as training weights. What if difficult people weren't ruining your peace, but training your emotional strength? Just like resistance builds muscle, resistance builds emotional control. That impatient manager, teaching calm under pressure. That critical voice, teaching boundaries. When you stop asking, why are they like this, and start asking, what is this teaching me, you move from victim to student. Part 7. Boundaries without becoming cold. Staying calm doesn't mean staying silent. Boundaries aren't walls, they're filters. You can be respectful and firm at the same time. I want to talk, but not like this. I care, but I need space right now. That's not weakness, that's maturity. Boundaries protect your energy so you don't burn out trying to be understanding forever. Part 8. Taking space is not quitting. Sometimes the strongest move is stepping away. Not to escape, but to reset. Walking away when emotions are high prevents damage you'd spend days repairing. Taking a break isn't avoidance, it's strategy. Calm conversations solve problems. Emotional ones create new ones. Part 9. Know your triggers before they know you. Your reactions aren't random. They follow patterns, certain tones, certain personalities, certain situations. Once you recognize them, they lose their power. Awareness turns surprise into choice, and choice creates freedom. Part 10. Change the story. Change the feeling. Events don't control emotions. Interpretations do. Two people can experience the same moment and feel completely different because they tell themselves different stories. When you question the story, the emotion changes. Not because you're lying to yourself, but because you're choosing perspective over assumption. Become the person nothing shakes. The calmest people you know aren't lucky, they're trained. They learned how emotions work. They practiced responding instead of reacting. They stopped giving others control over their inner world. And that skill, that calm, that power is learnable. The moment difficult people stop controlling your peace, your life gets lighter. And that version of you, it's already possible.